What's up YouTube, Politics Gaming here, and today we are looking at the results of the presidential election that happened last night on November 8th, 2016. This election was between Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton was the first woman to be nominated to a major party in the United States. Donald Trump has no political experience, had never held public office, and was a rising star in the Republican Party during the primaries, which he ultimately won. Today is the day after the election. We already have a winner, which Donald Trump will become the next president of the United States. Hillary Clinton seems to have lost. She did win the popular vote by about 200,000 votes, less than or more than. This is the map that we have right now. Washington, Oregon, California all go to Clinton. We got Texas. That Texas was really close. That's what really astounded me. But really what we're going to be talking about right here is what we're really going to be talking about here is what happened and what went wrong for Clinton. It does seem they called one of the rest of the states. Nice. So let's go ahead and go into depth in this. What went wrong? How did Clinton lose the election? I'll give you a simple answer. Oh, can't click on that. These states right here. Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania. Those are solid blue states, and those are states that it was the media, Clinton, they never thought of those states as battleground states. They did not consider them battleground states, and they did not worry about them. Earlier in the night, I watched the entire thing. The polls really opened in Trump's favor. They started collecting ballots. I believe it was like Kentucky and Indiana. Kentucky and Indiana called for Trump. And then Virginia did start to go toward Trump, and then slowly went back to Clinton. And then this is where it got exciting and tenseful, is that Florida, North Carolina, and Ohio, three major states that Trump was needed to win the White House, he ended up winning them what Florida was going back and forth between Trump and Clinton. So did North Carolina, so did Ohio. Once they got into the rural areas outside of places like in Ohio, for example, Cleveland, Columbus, Cincinnati, outside of those areas really, really did support Trump. And so that's how he started winning those states, especially in places like Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania was the biggest surprise to the Trump campaign and to the Clinton campaign, that Pennsylvania hasn't voted for a Republican since 1988, since George H.W. Bush. See, I can go back. Blue, John Kerry, Al Gore, Bill Clinton, and then George H.W. Bush. So we basically had one of the biggest. The election right here was the biggest upset in American history, in world history, about the current status quo. It really shows who, in my opinion, it did show who is in charge, the media or the people. Just seeing this all turn out, and I am prepared to see the turnout. I want to see the turnout for the election. Um, but it's just amazing to see this. And yes, I did support Trump. Um, but I was expecting this to be at least like a three, maybe like a what is it, 270 race. Like someone's gonna get over 270 and they're not gonna go anymore. And I was hoping for that. I felt like that it was gonna be a close race like that. And then Florida, North Carolina, and Ohio started going toward Trump, and that's whenever a lot of the Trump camp they started getting happy about it. And then Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania, they start closing up, and it was the biggest surprise to Clinton. And how did she lose these states? Wisconsin, for example. Wisconsin, um, this is what's known as the Rust Belt. The Rust Belt right here. The Rust Belt, they are famous for the car, Ford Motor Industry, GM, stuff like that. Michigan has those. Wisconsin, same thing. And Wisconsin was very ignored by the Clinton campaign. Hillary Clinton did not visit Wisconsin at all. Like, seriously, at all. But this is another thing. Wisconsin voted for Bernie Sanders in the primaries. Ted Cruz won Wisconsin. And it just threw the Democrats way off. The Republicans the Republicans won the White House with Donald Trump becoming the president of the United States. They won the Senate and they won the House. So it is a completely Republican government right now in the United States. And Texas was pretty close. Texas seemed to be, yeah, see, let me click on that again. 52-43. Earlier in the race, like Clinton was leading in Texas, and it kind of got me worried. But no, Trump did keep Texas, but the only real damage that really hurt Clinton was losing the Rust Belt right here. Trump did lose Nevada, but one of the things about this race was that the media, not just the media being biased about it, but the media trusting the polls so much, is that the polls were so wrong in places like Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin that it just, there's no explanation that they're going to analyze it once the polls start coming out in like a month or two. But this is just one of the most surprising things that happened in this, and this is how Trump won 306 to 232. CNN, they haven't called Michigan yet, but Trump has been in the lead, and they say 96% in, and they just need to go ahead and call it, because like all these counties right here, they're all Trump. All of them are 100% counted. I don't know how they haven't called Michigan yet. Michigan would throw them over 300 electoral votes. New Hampshire, see, Michigan and New Hampshire are the only ones they haven't called yet. But Trump did lose the popular vote. Obviously, Clinton was one of the more favored candidates, and Clinton was very ready to be the first woman president, and unfortunately, that did not happen. Donald Trump will be the next president of the United States, and this was one of the most contentious, one of the most controversial, one of the craziest elections in history. You can say whatever you want about it. You can say this person was bad, this person was bad. It doesn't matter. This was the most, absolutely the craziest election ever. And that's basically all I have to go over. Again, the only reason, one of the main reasons that Clinton lost was her blowout in places like, basically in these states right here, Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania. If you did like this video, just go ahead and like and subscribe. And this was a great election. And I am hoping that Donald Trump can bring a lot of change to the United States, and I hope that everything goes well in Donald Trump's presidency, in the Trump administration. And I'll see you guys next time. Alright, take care. And leave comments in the section below about what you think about the election and what you think about President Trump. Alright, thank you. Goodbye.